when does focusing too much on women become unhealthy? So less of a gamey one, but perhaps it's still important because there are guys out there who we have kind of touched upon this already. Denton especially touched upon this Groundhog Day, where I have also seen guys that have gone out day after day doing the same shit, doing day games, something like that. Years later, they're in the same fucking place. Nothing has changed. At what point does focusing on women become too much?
Yeah, I think this is for basically anything. When it starts to impact on your like daily function of life. Okay. So this goes for like gambling, drugs, whatever you want. Like if you're doing drugs, have a fucking great time. But if it stops you from like interacting with your friends, family, if it stops you from like having a job and moving out of home, then it's a problem. It's the same with game. If you're focusing on game so much that it affects like your male friendships, where you're not actually making any money, you're not developing as a man, you're not going to the gym anymore, you're getting fat, then it's a fucking problem. And you need to maybe focus on other parts of life. Otherwise, I don't have a problem with guys. Like I had a student just recently. He's retired now. He's made his money. He's done his thing. He's gaming pretty much every minute of his life. He's enjoying it. He's having a great time. Yo, do your thing, right? But just make sure it's not like impacting on your fucking life, right? I think that's the limit.
I'll just also add on to that. The guys who aren't here anymore, Alex and Justin, also made some great points. They said that Alex, for example, said when he was broke, he was ending up getting laid just as much as he is now. So that him focusing more on his business, and money is important, so you have to live. Whereas Justin said, yeah, he has a business to run, so there is that. So obviously, I think it's kind of like you have to still remember that you have to do certain things, such as have a job, have some kind of income stream, of course, handle the basics first. If you don't have the basics handled, you need to work on that. But it's not like you can do uh only one thing at a time, but you should at least be able to prioritize. But the rest of you guys, feel free to answer.
I would say it's like a gym. Okay, I mean, you work on your body, you work on your health, like on your physiques, like you go out train or run, whatever you do, like you don't need to gym become your life. I mean, you can go this way, but actually, there's a very easy formula to figure out, like when over gaming or too much game becomes like a problem. Like it really comes down to results. If you're not getting results out from it, and you're investing, I don't know, 80% of your free time into it, and nothing comes out, get a coach. You're probably doing something wrong that you cannot fix by yourself. So get someone, hire someone, like, not a friend, hire a professional, one of us, find someone like in your city, in your country, like, so, who is going to help you, point you out, you're doing this and this wrong. Like, probably it's going to take us, for guys who've been training, coaching 20 years, it's going to take like, 3 minutes, something you're going to take like 5 years to figure out. So it really comes down, like, are you, kind of like time is valuable, like, so like, really like, be smart with your time. If you're investing, it's like a black hole. If you're investing into the growth and nothing comes out, you're just getting flakes and wrong numbers and rejections, probably you are doing something seriously wrong. You are presenting yourself in a wrong way. You are selling a sandwich that no one wants to buy.
Just to throw in a quote, Albert Einstein, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Like, this is a very famous quote, but if you don't realize this when it comes to game, you need to actually make changes or nothing will change. You can't just expect to do the same fucking thing. You have to make those adaptations.
The problem are the neural connections in the brain. Okay, but if you really want to go deeper on, like, on the brain and science, like, like everything what we do is pretty much automatic. Why? Because the neural pathways has been created in the brain, and you always like accessing those same neural pathways. Same thing, when you sit on a computer, you write email, it's gonna be just, it's automatic. Like, you take the phone, you call someone, it's automatic. Like, whatever you do basically with like what 20, 30 years of your life, you created these neural pathways in your brain, and you just kind of navigating through them. You're using same ones over and over again, like, so, and especially with a game, like, you are doing it, and basically it's always the same stuff. You're always presenting same personality, you're always like saying same things. Results will be the same. 1 + 1 will always be 2. So definitely, if you want to change something, there needs to be some kind of a change.
All right. What about you, Disagree or Denton?
So I was actually, okay. So I used to be the guy who used to go out 7 days a week for years. I've been in this now for about 12, and I realized how stupid I was about this, because the self is always coming through. And if you don't believe in yourself, you don't have a lifestyle around you that's not feeding that energy or that badass nature. I mean, you're gonna suffer. So I actually nowadays, sometimes if a client's going or is going out way too much and he doesn't have a lifestyle around him, I tell him, stop going fucking out so much. Go out 2 days a week. You've been going out 6 days a week. You live in your van. It's time to start working on your lifestyle, because you got to believe in yourself too. If you're not somebody that has skill sets, something else built outside of this shit, if you're going out all the time and you haven't worked in your life, yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can somehow brainwash yourself to believe in yourself, but it's a lot easier if you actually are the guy too. If you can, like, if you're spending so much time in a game where it's making your lifestyle and your life in general, your money, your family, your friends, those things that feed you, you're not going to believe in yourself. And it's going to be hard for you to actually talk to girls in a way that's authentic, that has any retention. So you have to actually build a lifestyle around you too that doesn't. If your game is bleeding into that and it's fucking up your life, you need to stop going out so much. You actually need to pull back a little bit, which, to be fair, I think most people going out, like most people watching this and most people that I've seen nowadays, almost nobody's going out. So I don't think most of the guys will be watching this are going out too much. It's very rare that I actually talk to a client that's doing that.
Yeah, and let anyone else
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, like, kind of like, a very important part on building the lifestyle. Game is one part of the puzzle. Just like, in a fitness, there's like a nutrition, it's not just kind of working out. I mean, if you work out and you eat shit, nothing is going to happen with your body, like, So same thing with the game, like building the interesting lifestyle. Social circle, friends, have your home where you live, you're independent, kind of having like, I don't know, nice bedroom, whatever, like, like investing into all of that, learning languages, traveling, because eventually you want to bring that girl from the street, from the club, into that life. If your life smells, if your apartment smells, sucks, like, it's not attractive, like you're a boring person, of course this girl will, will leave, will find someone else. There's plenty of cool guys out, out there. So, like, don't create, don't just kind of create an amazing game to bring the girls back to your apartment. Like, make sure basically that girl, once she comes into your life, there are reasons for her to stay in life, and that's kind of what lifestyle is. Eat well, like, I don't know, dress well, invest into perfumes, into yourself, like, decorate your apartment, social circle, friends, workout, body. There are many, many puzzles in the whole lifestyle, and game is just one of them.
Alrighty.